Seahawks One-on-One is on location at the Super Bowl, and we're going to try to bring you as many of your favorite Seahawks as we can. We will fit them into the next 2 days of coverage, and George Holani gets the honors of starting us off. George, I can only imagine your level of excitement, but at what age did you start imagining yourself in the Super Bowl?
I would say at the age of 8, that's when I first started playing football and really getting to know how to play and everything, so yeah.
Okay, so what was the scenario that you pictured? Because you probably pictured yourself winning the Super Bowl. How were you going to do that when you were in the backyard at the age of 8?
I mean, when I was younger, it was just, always playing throw-up tackle with all my younger siblings and friends and in apartments, so, it's a blessing for sure.
Who did you pretend to be? Which player did you pretend to be when you were in that situation?
When I was younger, I would say Maurice Jones-Drew, one of my favorite running backs, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. At what point then in high school or college did you start to think, you know what, playing professionally, that could be a legitimate dream of mine?
Honestly, I never knew in high school. I just went out there and I started off as a linebacker coming into my freshman year of football. But injuries happened, so they needed a player on offense, and that's when I was able to play running back and just go from there.
How did that linebacker mentality help you as a running back?
Just understanding, how, running backs, hit the hole and based on different running backs. Linebacker, everything was based off my defensive front, so yeah. I'll just play off of them, and we had a pretty good defensive line at the time.
I would also think there's some similarities, too, because as a running back, you were also initiating contact on every play, right? You're trying to lower your shoulder, you're trying to run through a block, and I would think maybe that shows up in your willingness to do that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's, as a running back, you want to have that mentality of being, like, most physical on the field. You want to, every time you have the ball in your hands, we're trying to make plays happen. So just having that mentality of, nobody's going to, smack me on the field. I'm going to always deliver the blow. Sure.
At what point this season did you think the team had a legit shot of being right here in this very moment?
I mean, I always thought we were a really good team, always looking at it. One of the games I loved just watching was the Saints game. One of the, we went out there and scored, almost on every phase. So it was pretty cool to see that. Our special teams, dominating and offense going out there and doing their thing. But at that point, that's when I knew I was like, we're a really good team.
Yeah. I meant to talk to you after the NFC Championship game, and things just got a little bit crazy in the locker room. That was the first time we had seen you on the field in weeks. It didn't look like you missed a beat or a step. How did you make sure you were at the same level, at least that's what it looked like to us, at the same level you were before the injury?
I would say just trusting the process, with the trainers and, the medical and the strength staff, being able to get back out there and take it one day at a time, healing from my injury within, 4 weeks, and then just waiting patiently, honestly. Just staying in meetings, staying locked in, understanding the game plan and, how, the running backs can play a role in each game.
Completely different topic. I just learned that Ernest Jones has started collecting Pokemon cards in the last couple of years. He said that it was, not something he liked as a kid, but he thinks that it's a lot of fun now. What is the collection that you have spent the most time acquiring, George?
I don't have a collection, but I do play a lot of video games. Right now, the game I've been on the most it's a game called Arc Raiders. So it's a really cool game.
Give me the premise. I'm not a gamer. I think the look on my face probably says that. Give me the premise of this.
I mean, it's more of a PvE, but a lot of players make it like a PvP game. But my lobbies are mainly just looting, getting the goop. It's called the goop. So we're making sure we're getting the goop and just exfilling, making sure we have all our loot. We take it back to the lobby, and you get to keep all your loot. Whatever you find, you get to keep.
I love the idea of keeping loot. I love the strategy behind it. I'm not a gamer. I might have to get into this one. It's going to have to wait, though. We've got some business to take care of on Sunday. Thanks for sitting down, George.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Neiko, we just talked to George Holani, and he said that he is really big into video games. Like, that's kind of how he spends his off time. Are you a gamer?
I am not a gamer. I mean, you probably can say I was before I got into coaching, but I don't know if you remember a while back, we had like a cyclone or whatever, that storm supposed to come through Seattle.
Yes. The bomb cyclone,
The bomb
yes.
cyclone, I remember.
You were going to say a cyclops, and that is a totally different thing than a
whatever
cyclone.
it was, the storm was about to come through, and I just remember that was the last time I touched my game, because I was like, I'm going to turn my game off so it don't mess up. Literally, it's been probably a whole year, like, collecting dust. As a coach, that's the last thing you want to do with your spare time is, like, play the game. So, I'm not a gamer.
Well, for those of you who don't remember Neiko as a player, he was a special team stand-up, special teams captain.
Yes, ma'am. 3 years straight.
And
Easy.
now on the coaching staff, Neiko, what's different about watching this team succeed as a coach versus when you were a player?
I mean, it's kind of cool just to watch it from the second floor, if you would, instead of, being in the locker room. But I feel like the team is so tight, like the brotherhood is kind of the same, when I play. You can see, like, the connection, how important that is with the shadow boxing and everything like that. I mean, it's a unique thing to watch.
Mike Morris had talked about that, and we keep hearing the word brotherhood over and over and over again. Why is that the word that everybody uses with this team?
Because it's real life. I feel like the guys are not just co-workers, if you would, or, they just don't clock out when they leave the building. These guys hang out outside the building. They know each other's families and stuff like that.
So it shows up on the field, right? Because you want to play for your brothers and you want to do your best. As a coach, when you're evaluating the tape, does it show up in practice?
Absolutely.
How?
Yeah.
How do you know?
You just see it. It's like a thing. It's in the room. It's everywhere we go. It's like I seen it in the off season. It was like, man, this is special. And then as the season going on, it's just getting stronger and stronger to where the guys be doing stuff, and I'm like, man, this is unique, and they don't even realize, like, how special it is because they living in the moment. But I like to tell the pups, the young guys, like, you're going to be talking about your rookie season for a long time, probably your whole career, and talk about how special it was, and because it's not like that all the time and everywhere, so,
As a coach, Mike McDonald has shouted you out a couple of different times for just bringing, let's just say, some flair, some unique flair to how you put together either video clips or the presentations that you put together. What? Why are you smiling? Why are you looking at like that?
I had just started my glasses, so I'm recording while you're recording.
You did. I was going to say, there's been a flashing light the entire time, I'm pretty sure. Right. We have been recorded while we're recording you. When you think about the message that you deliver to the team, what is your role for messaging, for film cut up, for pointing things out after games?
Shout out to Mike for letting me, just be myself. He had a vision this offseason and just a couple presentations that he wanted me to do. And just, he gave me like a broad thought and just was like, have at it, So that was super cool. But I just try to be myself in front of the team and just bring that contagious energy that I know we need that'll help. And, just always be positive and just be there for the game, whatever they need, just not just ball, whatever. So I try to be that guy.
George Holani said his favorite game of the year was the Saints. After the Saints game, he knew this team was special. When did you know?
Hey, some might say I'm biased, but you can ask my hood. I told my hood in OTAs back when we was in all-season training, just from like the vets that was there, like you don't always have all your vets show up to all-season training. And then, like I said, like we was building that brotherhood way back then, and I seen it. Us as coaches just coming down and like working out with the gang and stuff, it was super special. I was like, man, this team has a chance to be special. I felt like I called it back then, and Now we doing an interview in the Super Bowl. Easy.
It does seem to make sense. You called it. We should have been listening to you from the beginning. One of the reasons that this team is good is the strength of the defense. Leonard Williams said, "Paint It Black" has been his song all year, and it really describes the dark side. Do you have a song that you think embodies this team?
I ain't gonna hold you. These guys, they love Young Boy, and you know me being a little bit older or whatever. I have added a lot of Young Boy to my playlist just so I'm not in the locker room mumbling when they play it. I can say the words easy.
I should probably go and do the same. Let's be real, I'm just going to mumble along. I'm going to let you get to some more interviews, and we'll keep going. Dareke Young, Neiko Thorpe just revealed to us that he had to add Young Boy to his playlist so that he's not mumbling at the back of the room when you guys have it on. Can you tell when somebody's mumbling? Has he done the homework needed to make sure he can contribute?
I'm sure he has. Young Boy is a artist that a lot of our younger players listen to, and he get us ready and hype before the game. Get us in that mode. So it makes sense as to why he added it to his playlist.
What's the first song that's played in the locker room after a win?
If it's an away game, it'll probably be "Walk in Your Trap and Take Over Your Trap." It usually changes, depending on the vibe. Last game that we won, the NFC Championship, we were playing going back to Cali. So it really just depends on, what mood we're in.
It has been a chaotic, fun, even bizarre mood for the first couple of days of media availability because there's just so much going on. In fact, right behind us, Jackson Smith and Jigba is at the podium. What is the craziest question, Dareke, that you have been asked during media availability this week?
The craziest question I would say was this guy came up to me, forgot his name, don't know where he was from, but he asked me about Sam having mono in the past and how it would affect the game or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know how that would affect the game.
Wow, that is kind of out of left field.
Yeah.
I'll share the one that Shamar shared with me because I thought this was actually very thought-provoking. Mm-hmm. If you tied a bow on a giraffe's neck, would you tie it at the top or the bottom?
I feel like it'd be easier to tie it at the bottom.
You don't have to reach as high. That's a great answer. See, I said it doesn't really matter because if you tie it at the top, it's probably going to end up at the bottom by the end of the day anyway. So
yeah.
I love how you didn't even skip a beat. You're like, no, I'm very practical. This is what we're doing. We're not getting on a ladder, and we're just going to take care of this.
Yeah.
I did learn in these interviews that Ernest Jones has started collecting Pokemon cards in the last couple of years. Did you know this about your teammate?
I did not know that about that, but that's smart of him.
As an investment?
As an investment, yes.
Okay, well then what is the collection you have spent the most time adding to?
I'll say, so I'll give you two.
Okay.
Cologne has been something that I, been investing in since I first got into the league.
Okay.
I have probably over 50 things of cologne.
How do you know which cologne to wear on which day? Or are these truly just collector's items that are on display for you?
Well, you have some colognes that are seasonal. You wear them in the fall, winter. Then you have, the fresh smelling ones that you could wear in the spring, summer. And then you have some that you could just wear every day, depending on, it doesn't matter what season it is.
Okay, so you always smell fresh, you always smell according to the season.
Yes.
What is your second collection?
My second collection, I would say, is other players' NFL jerseys.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've received my first thought when it came to collecting jerseys, I wanted to get players that I knew already. We had a relationship already, and I just felt like it would mean more to swap jerseys with them. Now it's more so just asking players that I look up to if I can have their jersey or something.
So are these hanging in a closet? Are you framing them?
I'm going to get them framed, yeah.
So how many jerseys are we up to now?
We're up to around 12 now.
We need a big room with a lot of wall space for this.
I know.
When you think about where you are now, the collection of jerseys that you have, sitting here Super Bowl week, could you have pictured this when you were in college?
In college, no. To be honest, no. I couldn't have imagined this. It's just a blessing to be here, and I'm soaking it all in.
Is that because of the size of college you went to? Is that what the feedback was that you got in college? Why? Because I remember seeing you on the field the first time and thinking, man, you run such smooth routes. You belong here without question.
Yeah. To be honest, I feel like it was just the size of the college that I went to. Of course, you had NFL scouts come in to, see me practice and, ask me questions and stuff. But, just to, see myself in the Super Bowl, I did not imagine that back then.
So has Lenore Ryan reached out to you and said congratulations or asked you to come back and talk to the guys at all?
Oh, yeah. It's a different coaching staff there now. Wasn't the same coaching staff when I was there, but those guys have done a good job with sending me gear and just reaching out to me and asking me how I'm doing. I definitely do plan on going back this offseason and seeing how those guys are doing.
It is definitely a community effort and a team effort to get to this part. And when it comes to the wide receiver room, we have heard a lot about the impact of Cooper Kupp, and Jake Bobo hinted at the Cooper Kupp wide receiver school of blocking.
Mm-hmm.
How many steps, how many classes does this school entail?
Coop has played the most football, in our room. So whenever he could give us tips and nuggets on things, whether it's the run game or pass game, we always listen. Coop, he isn't the strongest guy, but he's blocking DNs, he's blocking linebackers and making it look easy, all because he has the right technique. So, a guy like me who is a stronger, bigger guy, I love to get those tips from him because it just makes my job a lot easier.
Lastly, you brought up Sam Darnold's name just a couple of minutes ago. I just kind of know that Sam can win those games, right? I've watched him all year long.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know to be true about Sam in big moments?
He doesn't flinch. He's always the same guy, no matter what's going on in the game. And, as a receiver, that's what you want out of your quarterback.
I think that's a pretty good mic drop moment to end this on. Thanks, Dareke. Go back and enjoy the fun of these interviews.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Our conversations from the Super Bowl media availability for the Seahawks continue. Anthony Bradford and I were just having this conversation off camera that I really think we need to pick up because I am now thinking that you and I do not see things the same way.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't think we do. So we were talking about craziest questions that he has been asked because really up until this point, there's a lot of fun and, kind of questions out of left field for a lot of you guys. And the question you were asked was?
How do I fold a shirt?
Okay. And immediately in my mind, I am thinking about, I hold up the shirt, I fold the sleeves in, I put it on the bed or the couch, whatever I'm using, and then you fold it that way.
No.
And the look of disgust on your face right now, it's unbelievable.
I tell her it's all in the chin. You gotta, look, you grab the shirt like this, right? Pinch it with the chin, then you fold the sleeves, right? Turn it sideways. Lay the sleeves down, give it a few folds, and then you're ready to go.
Okay. You know what I'm actually most impressed with? That you fold the shirts, because folding laundry is the chore that I hate the least.
Yeah, it's the
I
worst.
hate it.
It's the worst.
It's that one and emptying the dishwasher.
That too, yeah, for sure. Washing dishes is a hassle.
Did
Laundry
you say
is a
hassle?
Yeah, no cap. Not fun.
Okay, well, let's get into some more fun conversations when it comes to football. How much has John Benton changed the offensive line room, or just kind of changed the way you hear the message in the offensive line room?
I feel like he changed a lot. He put his own spice on it for sure. As soon as he came in, it was about business, and we respected that as a O-line, as a group, as a room. It's just you want it done right, and we respect that because we know the results come obviously from when you do it right. He's been in the game for a long time, so anything he says, I'm happy to follow. You know what I'm saying? So JB is a great coach. I was love to have him again. I was blessed to have him this past season. JB's a great coach.
When I watch from the sidelines on game days, it doesn't look like he's saying a whole lot.
Nah.
And it never looks like he's mad.
Yeah, for sure.
Direct maybe.
That's the thing. He's very direct. Like if you did something wrong or need to freshen something up, he definitely gonna tell you straight. It's no sugarcoating. That's what you want as an O-lineman or as a player, regardless. But I feel like we do a good job of getting what he wants done. You'll never see JB yelling or nothing crashing out on the sideline, nothing like that.
Okay, when you're in a meeting room, is it ever possible to distract him by getting him to talk about all of the different players he's coached?
Actually, what'd you say?
When you're in a meeting room, can you ever distract him by getting him to talk about all the different players that he's coached? Like, will he go off on tangents?
Yeah, every once in a while. He be trying to get it done. Like, as soon as we walk in, we probably get like 5 minutes for jokes, for the rookies to tell jokes, and right after that, we straight into it. But yeah, he'll go on his little tangents from time to time.
Okay, the rookies tell jokes that they have prepared, or you guys are joking around?
No, they prepare jokes every day. They have 2 jokes a day, one in the morning and one after practice. Okay. Every day throughout the whole season.
Now, are these jokes judged?
Yeah, they get scored. The
Okay.
weakest joke goes in the box. You don't want to be in the box.
Who is the leader Who's the leader in the locker room when it comes to best jokes in the offensive line room?
Surprisingly, Amari has been the top, like the most box is Federico. Federico Maranges. Yeah. Crazy work, but he's not good at jokes.
He's not good at jokes. Now, are these jokes that they make up on their own, or they like go and they get them out of a joke book?
Yeah,
where do you get that many jokes? 2 a day?
Yeah, they definitely looking it up, doing their little research. Because me personally, I can come up with a joke every day.
Okay, well, what's
2 of them every day?
Do you remember any of the jokes that? Well, I don't care if they're good or bad. Do you remember any of them?
They're pretty bad, bro. They're pretty bad. Let me see. Yeah, no, they're pretty bad. They in one out the other. As soon as
That's
they
how
come
memorable they are.
Yeah,
They are that memorable. When it comes to Sam Darnold's play, how does he make life easier on the offensive line?
Just being who he is, being a vet, progression. It's just, I don't know, it's Sam Darnold, bro. Like, as soon as the ball snapped, he knows where he probably wants to go. Going through progression, it's just like, we do our job, give him a few seconds back there. Play is done in about 4 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool having Sam back there. He's a vet, savvy vet, you know what I'm saying? Gets the job done.
I always respect the work you guys do in the trenches, and I always wonder, at what point do you realize how incredible some of these plays are? Like the 51-yard play to Rashid Shaheed in the NFC Championship game. At what point do you realize that is that play? Do you see it on the video board, or is it going back to watch film going, oh my gosh, that was beautiful?
It's just like, I think we just do a good job of like creating plays to get our playmakers just in the space to make plays, to be honest. Like the round that Shaheed had, I was pulling, so I wasn't the one running down the field. I'm just looking on the video board, just like, man, like 30, 40, 50 yards. That's crazy, yeah.
I love some of those play calls and some of those screens, but it does require the guards to pull quite a bit in this scheme, right? What's the challenge on that? And I'm actually thinking ahead to like the Patriots and how their defense looks. What's the challenge in pulling against them?
Come with that thump, bro. To be honest, the whole game we trying to hit some, put something on the ground. They got the little tendencies of what they do. You know what I'm saying? We toned in on that for sure, but I'll just say play physical, bro. Playing physical all night is really going to get us there.
At what age did you start picturing yourself playing in the Super Bowl?
I'm talking about 4th grade, elementary, at recess at the playground playing backyard football for real. Like, just that long ago, to be honest, when I was a young boy, probably like 10 years old, just thinking like Super Bowl, loving football. Now we're here. It's crazy work.
Who were you pretending to be in those moments? Like, were you getting the ball? Were you catching the pass? Were you running the ball?
What's crazy, I was always quarterback growing up. Just because I was big and I had a strong arm, I was always quarterback. So I'm like, Tom Brady, fool. I'm Tom Brady back there. At recess, I'm Tom Brady.
Well, now you get a chance to go against Tom Brady's former team.
Facts.
Completely different position, but we hope an epic outcome.
What's that?
But we hope for an epic outcome.
Yeah, we hope for a crazy outcome. just the experience to be here is also great to be here. But yeah, the outcome, that's what we're here for. We're here to finish the job.
Thanks, Anthony. Can we call Boye Mafe a veteran on the offensive line? I think we can, right?
I guess
You still feel like a young pup to me, but you've got plenty of veteran experience. And being a vet is important for this conversation because Anthony Bradford and I just had a huge debate on how you fold a shirt.
Okay.
Which was one of the questions that he got on Media Day. You were very big on etiquette.
For sure.
I'm sure you have a very specific strategy on how you fold a shirt, Boye. What is that?
Depends on where it's going. It's going in the drawer?
Or,
Are we stacking it on the shelf?
okay, well, tell me what's different between the drawer and the shelf.
Well, if you put it in the drawer, you go sleeves in first, then you fold it in half,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And then you make sure the front is outside so that when you look through it, then you see what's on the front.
Got it. And then when it gets stacked on the shelf,
Then you would do similar, but I would tuck it so that it doesn't. Then if you stack it, it flares
I
out.
know,
And
I know.
it gets all messy and.
my biggest problem is everything goes into the closet very nice and neat, but then when I pull it out and I decide that's not actually what I want to wear
Oh, yeah,
today,
it's
the whole
destroyed. Yeah.
stack,
Oh, yeah.
the whole stack is messed up.
Always, every time.
Oh my gosh.
Every time.
Okay, let's switch gears from laundry to actually football as we continue our conversation. It is media availability for the Seahawks. It's a little bit crazy. And so are the numbers of players who have recorded at least a half a sack this season for the team. What is cool and unique about that number? It's 17, right?
Wow. I feel like for us, the thing is we have the mindset is anybody and everybody can make the plays. So, and for offenses, it makes it tricky. You can't really account for just one guy or two guys. Anybody out there is available and we're able to make the play. So it makes it more dangerous as a defense because they don't know who's coming or who's going and who's dropping. So it's a little advantage.
When I was talking to George Holani earlier, he said that the Saints game was his favorite game of the season because it just showed how dominant the team was in all three phases. When you look back over the season, what's the game that stands out most?
I feel like, I think LA when they came to us, I feel like, a lot of people would say that it was one of those games that was getting away from us. But I feel like it shows really the heart of the team. No matter what the situation is, we just buckle up and go out there and play. And we believe that as long as we have time on the clock, there's always a chance for us to keep going.
Did you need an outcome like that? I mean, you wanted the win. That's obvious. But the way that you won it, being behind, needing the big rally in the fourth quarter, did this team need a win like that to solidify it in a different way?
For sure. I mean, either way, obviously you want to just blow a team out, to win the game, go home. But, any way it happens, I feel like our team is ready for it. I feel like that's the thing. We have a never flinch mentality of no matter what's happening, we always are ready to go.
How many years have you been dreaming of being in the Super Bowl?
Since I was a kid.
What position were you playing?
Back then, I used to be a running back, and now I play DN. I've always played DN, but I used to be a running back.
So when you picture yourself in the Super Bowl, did you picture being the running back who scored the game-winning touchdown?
Actually, no, I thought myself on defense. Coach me one time when I was young told me, it was like, do you want to let people hit you, or do you want to be the one doing the hitting?
Okay. When we think about defense and defensive-minded, I am shocked to know that there have been very few defensive coaches in the Super Bowl. There's even fewer defensive coaches and coordinators who are also the head coach. It was just your coach and Todd Bowles in Tampa,
Wow.
who was a head coach and calling the defense. Number one, when you watch a game, can you tell whether it's a defensive head coach or an offensive head coach?
Yeah, you can definitely see the mindset. One thing that's secretive is like if a defensive head coach, when their offense is out there, he's really not, But then when it's a offensive head coach,
I wish we could flip the cameras because Boye is so dialed in. Right up until Chenna gets behind the camera. And now it feels like I'm never going to get this back.
Okay. You good. You funny. Oh. But, definitely, when you can tell is more of the offense and how they're operating, kind of like LA.
Yeah.
They're an offensive-minded coach, and you can see when their offense is out there, they're dialed in, and he's, locked in. But when the defense is out there, you can tell a little bit of difference.
What does it mean to have this success, obviously for you personally, but also just for Mike?
It's great. It shows what he coming to Seattle, what he's doing, and how he's building it. It's a testament to who he is as a person and how much he cares about the game.
Leo revealed, this will be my last question for you, Leo revealed that his song all year has been Paint It Black. And he feels like that's a good one for this defense.
Okay.
Do you agree, or do you have a different
Never
song?
listened to that song, but...
Well, it was actually on the practice playlist a couple of days ago. I was jamming out on the sidelines. But
there you go.
Is there a song that you think embodies this team?
I don't know. This defense, this team, it's different. It's, it's had to be a very unique song for us.
Yes, I would agree with that. Thanks, Boye. We'll let you get to some other conversations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Federico was just explaining the joke that he told this morning in the offensive line room, because this is something that the rookies do. We learned this from Anthony Bradford just a little bit ago. One joke in the morning, one joke in the afternoon. Number one, where do you come up with these jokes? And number two, how hard is it to keep delivering day after day?
I think I've said right now over 1,000 jokes, and every other rookie has probably said over 1,000 as well. So it gets pretty hard to find jokes now, and now they're getting kind of personal. So it's pretty cool to just see how we've evolved as a rookie class.
And the funniest rookie so far has been?
I'd probably give it to or Bryce Cabledu or Amari Kite.
Amari Kite's name came up earlier, yes. Okay. And you tend to rank where in the joke-telling talent?
I'd say I'm pretty good. I'm up there.
We might have to fact-check that against what Anthony Bradford told us. But, all of that is fun, and truly it's jokes aside on this one. How does that help build bonds and camaraderie in that line room?
No, I mean, I think if you ask any other position group in just the team, you see how close we are as an offensive line unit in general, and how young we are. I think that helps out for the chemistry in general. And just starting every meeting with laughter, I think is a good way to start, just build that chemistry.
What does this entire experience mean for you? The Super Bowl, getting a year of experience in the NFL. What does that mean for you?
No, I mean, it's an amazing feeling being able to just learn from the vets and just see how they've been able to just handle every single game at this point. And, I think it's one of the best experiences any rookie could ever have.
Did you watch the Super Bowl growing up, and did you picture yourself playing in a Super Bowl?
I remember the first football game I ever saw was when the Packers played the Steelers. And I think since that moment, I was like, you know what, I want to play that sport.
So then who did you picture yourself being when you were either playing in the backyard or you're like imagining this scenario?
I always thought I was going to be a tight end in my life. But they always just said, you know what, you're a big guy. Why don't you go block up front? And I think I've done pretty well for myself.
Done pretty well. What's your biggest takeaway? You said watching the vets. What's your biggest takeaway, and maybe not football related, in watching this team develop from the start of OTAs till now?
I think I would the first person that kind of popped into my mind when you just said that question or asked that question was Charles Cross, because of how consistent he's been every single day. He's the same person every day, and he's just a great person to be around, a great teammate to be around, and just a ball player that you can just learn things every single day.
What is the craziest question you have been asked during these media days?
I don't even know. There were some weird ones.
I would like to think that maybe my joke question kind of tops the list on that one. Maybe we'll just bring it full circle with that one. And we'll send you out with a laugh because our media session is wrapping up. We have brought you a handful of Seahawks one-on-ones today as we get you ready for the big game on Sunday against the Patriots.